humankind. So all houses wherein humans have lived and died are haunted house. So through the open doors, the harmless phantoms on their errands glide with feet that make no sound upon the floor. Ma'am, when doors are here, it means that all over the houses where they have lived and died after their death, ma'am, means their spirits. Ma'am, they are just easily gliding through the air. Like you can tell scrape, but it is not scrape at all because ma'am, if we do scrape even, so there is a sound. They even don't scrape. They just easily move with their ease through the doors of that houses with feet that make no sound upon the floor. They do not make any sound as they float on air.
Okay, next.
We meet them at doorway on the stair. Along the passages, they come and go, impalpable impressions on the air, a sense of something moving to and fro. Ma'am, although we cannot see these ghosts, but ma'am, we can sense that something is there. Something is there which every humankind can feel, even if we cannot see these spirits. So, ma'am, uh, we meet them at the doorway on the stair. They're roaming everywhere in the houses. They're just roaming. Like they have, if we compare their weight, so ma'am, it is absolutely like nothing. It is just about the weight of air, we can say. So, ma'am, because of this, they are just roaming. So we meet them everywhere, including doorways, stair, along the passages. They are just coming and they again go. Ma'am, some unclear impressions on the air. When they move, there are some unclear impressions on the air. Just as I told you now that we also cannot see these spirits, but there is some not a clear impression, but there is an unclear impression or air that something is there around. A sense of something moving to and fro. Yes, we can feel that something is going to and fro, back and forth. There are more guests at the table than the host invited. The illuminated hall is thronged with quiet, inoffensive ghosts, as silent as pictures on the wall. Ma'am, these spirits, ma'am, they are not invited. The people who are invited are known as guests. And ma'am, although they are not invited, but the poet has used a very good word here. There are more guests at table than the host. Ma'am, the host, who are hosts, who live in the house, they are always invited. But ma'am, these spirits, ma'am, these are so much that, for example, in my family, for example, 6 people live. So we are hosts. But ma'am, for example, if someone has died, many people have died. So ma'am, more people have died. So ma'am, they will just roam around. So there are more spirits than the person living in the
Excuse
house.
me.
The
Excuse
illuminated
me.
hall is thronged with
Chaitanya,
quiet.
excuse me, Chaitanya. This paragraph actually you are not able to express.
Yeah.
Like you are not able to express. The thing is that Piyush, please mute yourself. Piyush, mute yourself. Children.
Ma'am, your voice is not clear, ma'am.
Yes. What happened?
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
My voice is breaking. Is it so?
Ma'am,
Your
your
voice
voice is breaking, that's why.
Sakshi, can
No,
you?
yes,
ma'am, not now. No,
yes,
ma'am,
ma'am.
not now.
Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
the students can hear me, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Now listen, pay attention and listen. This paragraph means the number of people living in that particular house, they are known as guests, that's true. But when the people die, they are free to roam here and then they enter into the house without any invitation. And they are so silent, they are so quiet in their nature.
Yes, ma'am, now your voice is breaking.
Ma'am, if they
Yes,
will enter the house, so ma'am, of course they will roam.
Wait, Chaitanya,
ma'am.
Many people can't hear my
Ma'am,
voice.
your voice is breaking.
Voice is
Yes, ma'am, your
breaking,
voice is
Now
ma'am.
your
breaking.
voice is breaking, ma'am.
Yes,
Hmm.
ma'am, it is breaking.
Now what can I do? I'm sitting in Wi-Fi zone. Even if that doesn't permit, it is very difficult for me. Uh,
Ma'am, it is written that
Ma'am, here it's showing
Debarchana
that
has
your
low
network
network
is too
bandwidth.
low.
Bandwidth.
Bandwidth?
Bandwidth is very low, ma'am.
okay.
Bandwidth.
Wait. Chaitanya. Chaitanya.
Yes.
You continue, please, because my voice is
Mm-hmm.
getting break. You continue. I will talk to Sakshi through phone
Mm-hmm.
only.
Yes. Okay. So the illuminated hall is thronged with quite inoffensive ghosts, as silent as the picture on the wall. Ma'am, the hall is, ma'am, as we are told now that ma'am, ghosts come in night. It is a myth. So, ma'am,
No, I
here
have not said that. I
the
have not
poet
said
has.
that the ghosts are coming in night. I said that.
Ma'am,
that
I'm just going a little bit away, then I'd come in topic.
Ma'am,
okay.
when you are talking to us, your network is too low, and then when you are not talking to us, it's very, when बहुत अच्छा नेटवर्क चल रहा है आपका तब.
I should keep shut then. Continue, Chaitanya. Continue.
मैम मैं
Continue.
एक्सप्लेन कर दूं क्या इल्यूमिनेटेड हॉल वाला बस.
Continue.
मैम कौन से द स्ट्रेंजर से कंटिन्यू करना है क्या?
हाँ,
हाँ
fourth para.
हाँ. सो मैम हम कहते हैं ना कि द गोस्ट कम एट नाइट ऑल्सो इट इज अ मिथ. यस मैम. सो व्हाट हैपेंड at the night when the hall is illuminated with lights, when and in the old times when it was when the fireside it was ignited. So ma'am, what happened that it was thronged, it was surrounded, it was encircled by a quiet, very silent, and very inoffensive ghosts. They do not attack or do any defense thing. They are just as still and just as silent as the pictures on the wall. Absolute silence and absolute they are non-harmless, inoffensive. The stranger at my fireside cannot see the forms I see, nor hear the sounds I hear. He but perceives what is, while unto me all that has been is visible and clear. Ma'am,
Hmm.
just as I told you, in my house, for example, there are six people. So, ma'am, here the stranger, ma'am, it is the stranger cannot see the form. Yes, ma'am. The stranger here is telling about the ghost. The stranger here is the spirit or the ghost. Ma'am, for example, I'm sitting around the fireside and it is ignited. Ma'am, a ghost is roaming around me, then he will come. Here, stranger means spirit. So that spirit at my fireside, ma'am, he cannot see the forms which I can see. He can also not hear the sounds I hear. But मैम ही परसीव्स व्हाट इज ही अंडरस्टैंड्स. वो समझ सकता है, वो एकदम अंडरस्टैंड कर सकता है व्हाट इज जो मेरे अंदर था. और और जितना भी मैंने थिंक किया था वो बिल्कुल सही है, एब्सोल्यूट करेक्ट, कि मैं कुछ तो सेंस कर पा रहा हूँ कि कोई मेरे साइड पे है. सो वी हैव नो ओहो we have no title deed to house or lands. Owners and occupants of earlier dates from graves forgotten stretch their dusty hand and hold in mortmain still their old estates. Ma'am, we have no title deed to house and land, ma'am. They have no work of house and land. कोई भी बेचा वगैरह नहीं है जमीन को. So means sorry, title deed mean मैम they were not the owner of the land. जो सबसे पहले जिसने अपना घर बनाया था उस लैंड में वो इन लोग नहीं है. मतलब फॉर एग्जांपल मी in the land which I am, who knows that ma'am 200 300 years ago there was another building here. So no title deed means I'm not the owner of this house. Owners and occupants, ma'am, owners and occupants of earlier dates means they have died, so they are in graves. Ma'am, they from graves forgotten means इतना पुराने उन लोग कितने साल पहले उनकी डेथ हो चुकी है कि वो ग्रेव जिसमें वो बरी हुए थे उन लोग का नाम भी भूल चुके हैं और मतलब जो ग्रेव है वो ज्यादातर लोग जानते ही नहीं कि वो कौन से ग्रेव में था इस लैंड का ओनर इतने पुराने जमाने of it. From graves forgotten, stretch their dusty hands and hold in mortmain permanent ownership to still their old estate. That means here the poet just wants to conclude here that I'm not the owner of this house. Before many years, 300, 400 years ago, another people were the original owners of this land. So, ma'am, they had the permanent ownership of this land, although in our grave, but they still remember that we were owner of the house or the land.
Next.
The spirit world around this world of sense float like an atmosphere and everywhere wafts through these earthly mists and vapor dens, a vital breath of more ethereal air. So, ma'am, the spirit world around this world of sense. As I told, ghost or spirit cannot be seen, but they can be sensed. They can be understood totally just by we have na of समझने का sense. उससे they can be understood.
We have
The
a sixth
spirit world,
sense
this world
also.
of ghosts. They are
We have a
just as
sixth sense
spirits.
also working.
So floats like an atmosphere. Atmosphere. Yes, ma'am.
I said we have a sixth sense also. We have a sixth
Ma'am, your voice
sense
is
also.
breaking too much.
Leave it,
I'm
leave
not
it.
understood.
You continue, we continue. Continue.
Yeah, sixth sense मैं बोलने वाला था sixth sense. हाँ. So, ma'am, floats like an atmosphere. Ma'am, what is atmosphere? Is in science we have studied atmosphere is a thin envelope. Just let's say it's an envelope of air. Envelope of air means there is all around there is air we can say. So, ma'am, floats like an atmosphere. Ma'am, atmosphere is very light. Atmosphere means an envelope of air and air. If you wait, it is very light, ma'am. So there air floats. It doesn't stand or glide. It just floats like floats. So, ma'am, also these ghosts, ma'am, they do not walk or do so. They just float. They are so light. They just float like in the atmosphere, just like and
You don't become
everywhere
ghost.
wafts through these early mist and vapor and a vital breath of more ethereal air uh, passes gently through them. Yes, ma'am, they just pass gently through these early mist or these air and vapor dens. Early mist, ma'am, early mist I want to sell means the poet here wants to conclude that he wants to say, ma'am, it is just not about the house. It is about the whole nature. It is about the whole earth. It is about the see, ma'am, ghosts. They are just not present in the houses. We tell the haunted houses. No, ghosts are present everywhere around us. Just leave house. They are, for example, in my garden also they are roaming. They are roaming the whole earth. So, ma'am, these early mists and vapor dens, when the evaporation happens, so ma'am, vapors. In the summers, the vapors become very dense, and these early mists. Here, the points. What do I think he wants to say about something goofy, about something mysterious? I think so. So he wants to tell that the ghosts they are passing through this early mist and vapor dens, just like it is about air only. ये लोग इतने हल्के हैं कि ये लोग just उस हवा से बहते रहते हैं जैसे हवा फ्लो होती है ना वैसी a vital breath of more earthreal air ma'am a more refreshing you can tell a more good breath of more unearthly air ma'am these ghosts they are see ma'am these ghosts are of earth but also not of earth they ma'am the ones who are in earth and also of the earth are humans but these ghosts although are in earth but not of earth so ma'am you can tell unearthly you can give a word unearthly to them because ma'am these are not invited to earth they are just there on the earth so you can you can take a very good breath, means you can understand, you can perceive this unearthly air in which these ghosts roam. Our
Done?
little lives are kept in equipoise. Done?
Nee, I am asking you, done?
नहीं नहीं
Continue,
हम बचा हुआ
continue,
है.
continue, continue.
Our little lives are kept in equipoise by opposite attractions and desires, the struggle of the instinct that enjoys, and the more noble instinct that aspires. See, ma'am, life is not that it is for infinity. Infinity is a very tough word. Let me say, it is not of 1,000 years, it is not of 50,000 years. Little यहाँ पे इसलिए कह रहा है because ma'am, it is the poet thinks that life is too short. Who knows that we are here or not? So let's suppose 80 years, 70 years life is there and it is kept in equipoise, balances of forces. मैम equipoise के दो अर्थ बन सकते हैं, balance of feelings and but यहाँ पे balance of forces. So ma'am, there are negative forces also, positive forces also. Sometimes we get positive feelings, sometimes we get negative feelings. So life is about negative and positive feelings only. By opposite attract, it is not just about feelings. It is caused because of opposite attractions and desires. Attraction, जैसे for example, if I am, for example, cool, so I will like the person who is angry. And if I am still, but I want someone to be energetic. If I am still, but someone is there is playing with very energetically, so I will like him who is very energetic over there. So therefore, the poet is telling our little lives are kept in balances of forces, means positive and negative feelings or vibes, which is caused due to opposite attractions and desires. हो सकता है आप मान लो फॉर एग्जांपल I'm cool and वहाँ एक बंदा है who is angry. So ma'am, he will, for example, not like some things of me. So I will get negative vibes, negative feelings. The struggle of the instinct that enjoys and the more noble instinct that aspires. Here, ma'am, for example, if I have an instinct, for example, if I see, for example, any chips, I just open and start eating. So ma'am, I have struggle of that instinct and enjoys. Here the poets want to say that if we enjoy something due to something instinct, so it is a struggle.
Now,
And
Chaitanya, one thing. The word
last line बोल
instinct,
दूं?
excuse me, the word instinct over here
Yes.
is actually representing for what? If I ask you this question, the word instinct is representing.
Instinct मतलब वृत्ति होती है ना मैम?
बिल्कुल सही बात. I am getting you, but you are talking for the people who are sitting there in your class. I can understand your word.
अच्छा हाँ, you are saying ghost के बारे में
Yes,
बोल रहे
you
हैं
have
इसमें.
to
Okay,
describe, you have to
very
explain in the
nice.
layman's language, dear. Chaitanya, we cannot go to the American
Oh, sorry, ma'am.
accent. Please move ahead.
Yes. I'm so sorry.
No issues.
Yes.
I can get your
So, ma'am,
word.
here the struggle of the instinct that enjoys. Ma'am, here now, ma'am, I think the poet is hiding something. Can you explain these two lines of me?
Which one?
These two lines of
Line, last second para.
yeah, the struggle of instinct to aspire.
The struggle of instinct to aspire. You are here. Last fourth paragraph. Our little lives are kept in equipoise by opposite attractions and desire, the struggle of the instinct that enjoys, and the more noble instinct that aspires. Here we can say it as there, as you just have discussed among all of us. Is my voice clear or it is again breaking?
Now clear. Now
clear? Fine.
Clear.
Okay.
Now very clear.
फिर शुरू हो गई. Who said this? Pulkit. Time pass karna na matlab like, okay. So what we mean to say is we have an urge of knowing something new. We have an urge of always, like I'm just saying na, The spirit, the ghost is always there, present in the house. We can feel it, we can understand it, right? It is an attraction to know about that whether the energy which is around us is a positive energy or a negative energy which has been created. Right? It is not needed that the ghost always creates a negative energy. These are the myths what we all have kept in our mind. Right? There are positive energy also. They create positive energy also. They give us blessings also. That is the urge. That is the need of the hour. What type of feelings do we have with that environment? That is the aspiration what we have. The connection what we have with the other people, other thinkings, other thoughts. कि क्या दिमाग में क्या भरा हुआ है हमारे? What is the thing? Are we positive? Are we negative? If we are negative, everything becomes negative around us. If we are positive, everything becomes positive. So the positive aura has been created around us, what we think about it. That is the aspiration, what we say. That is a noble instinct that aspires. The last two lines, the struggle of the instinct that enjoys and the more noble instinct that aspires. Right? I think so. Only 2 minutes are left. I need to say one thing. I have a discussion about the storytelling. Chaitanya, you give me a call after this class, and Sakshi, okay, just give me a call, Chaitanya, now after this class.
Ma'am, after this class.
Ma'am, I have to give a call on Chaitanya.
After this class, there is a 10 minutes gap in between.
Ma'am, who called you, me or Chaitanya?
Nee, Sakshi, you also give me a call after 2-3 minutes, right?
I also have to give, no?
Okay.
And yes, I told you all. You have to submit it.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. Time is.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.